And good Tuesday morning to everyone. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome to Scotty Ray's Weather. We are a couple of days out from really severe weather. We've got some thunderstorms in the forecast today, and tomorrow will increase, and then Thursday will be our big day. We'll go over all of that. We wake up this morning across America with saddened hearts. I'm sure most people saw the news yesterday. Boulder, Colorado. Folks just like you and I that drove to the grocery store to get a few things for the family and will never get to go home because there's no other way to word it other than a nut. That happened there. I don't know if you've seen this. A police officer died. Also, as you go to the headlines this morning across the nation, you pull up ABC News, this is it, 10 deaths, including a police officer yesterday. And again, people just trying to make a living, get their groceries, and get home. He is in custody this morning. This is the officer who lost his life yesterday. We pray for his family. We pray for everyone that was involved in that. Senseless. I can't tell you why the guy did it, what even makes anybody like that tick. But prayers for Colorado. As we all know, this just doesn't happen way off places anymore. This could happen in your own backyard these days. Things have just... I don't know, the way America is these days, it's so different than when I was a kid growing up. Nowadays, you come to expect the worst when you turn on the television. It just seems that. I'm not sure that it's not that people that have those issues watch this and they copycat it later, whether it's within a week or maybe 2 years. But just a sad state. We pray for those innocent families that lost their loved ones, their providers. Just awful. Good morning to you. I hate to start things off in a rut, but I think that need to be said. Just rough. Join me at 8:30 this morning. Me and Candace will go over all the news that's going on nationwide, what's going on. I'll let you know what the top stories are. That's coming up this morning. The big topic today is weather. As we start moving in this week, again, there is a possibility of tornadoes. More likely on Thursday, we are at a 3 out of a 5. So getting serious. Tomorrow is a 2. And today they're going to be primarily to the south, and we'll look at that. Let's get a few things rolling this morning, and I want to bring this up. If you just because this is one of those things that protects you, if you don't have a tornado shelter and you've been thinking about it, I urge you. Let me show you the pictures of this. The Precast Group here in Meridian. Don't wait till it's too late. Get you a price on one of these. Find out how you can protect your family. They're located just south of Meridian on 145. You can call them at 482-0003. That's a bunch of zeros there. 3 of them and a 3, and you'll get in touch with them. Starting at around $4,600, you can have one of these. These things are heavy, about 20,000 pounds, and they're secured to the ground. You can get 2 ways. You can get them above ground or below ground, whichever way you like. They can set it in your house like that. If you're building a home, or they can put it out back of your home. Very handy, withstand the storms. You can get one put in a hill like that. Again, the Precast Group here in Meridian, if you're looking to have a tornado shelter, these are the folks to talk to. Again, that's 601-482-0003. Did I get too many zeros? Let's hope not. But a great number to keep in the back of your mind there when you get a chance. Call and talk to them about that. That would help you out a whole bunch. All right, let's get to the weather this morning.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
All right, as we begin our Tuesday, we're at 61 today. We're only going to get to 66. We've got a lot of gust that's going to happen today. As a matter of fact, the forecast calls for a 100% chance of rain. I'll show the radar in just a minute, and you'll understand what I mean. It's just to the west of us there. High of 66, and we're going to have gusts of about, say 30 miles an hour today. That's a bunch. And the possibility of up to 3/4 of an inch of rain today. So heavy stuff there. Let's look at winds today, what the National Weather Service tells us this morning. Right now, just to the west of us, about Brandon is the line as where it will jump from limited area here of what we've got with winds to an elevated threat there in the Jackson area, all the way back across the line into Louisiana. Natchez, y'all are included in this, all the way up through the Mississippi Delta. What this means for our area, wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour. It can break tree limbs, which can cause power outages. You know how that goes with the wind. As you go over to the Jackson area, it'll jump to 40 to 50 mile an hour gust, a little bit worse for them. So we'll watch that. That is through about 2 o'clock this afternoon, so expect that between now and then. Now, the severe weather today will most likely be to the southwest of Meridian today. It will take in just a teeny bit, and let me show you this, teeny bit of Clark County. This is Clark County right here. That's going to be the community of Utica and parts of Jasper County, and then south into Laurel, Jones County, and then back west all the way to Natchez. And this should start sometime in between 10 and 3 for these areas here that would catch this area right down here in Jasper County. So y'all keep that in mind today, that it is out there. Marginal risk, but we're going to get rain, a little bit heavier weather there in the Laurel area. Now, let's go to tomorrow and look at what's coming up. Flash flooding is likely also between now through Thursday. Wanted to bring that up. And that includes all of Kemper County, Neshoba County, Winston County, and Noxubee County. You're going to miss that part of being under the flash flood. Now, things can get updated in between now and then, so keep that in mind. All right, as we look at severe storms for tomorrow, the Meridian area all the way up to Columbus down to Laurel, Hattiesburg is in the 1 category, back over to Natchez. Over to Jackson, that's in a 2. That's from about Brandon all the way west to Bastrop, Louisiana. They're at a slight risk of a 2. Again, this can change in between now and tomorrow, but expect isolated storms, damaging gusts, hail up to quarter size, and a tornado cannot be ruled out for tomorrow. Now, the serious weather, and let's jump to Thursday of what we're expecting. We have been upgraded now. A little bit more severe weather is expected. If you'll remember, we started last week out with a 3, and then it moved to a 4, and then it went all the way to high. But we're sitting at a 3 for tomorrow. And we look at this, and this can mean that tornadoes are likely. Severe thunderstorms are likely with this, damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour. Now, the timing has not been exactly figured out, but at this point, if I were to be around about, and it will be redefined, I would say anywhere from noon until midnight on Thursday is what we're looking at. Again, that can go either way just a little bit. But if I were a guessing man on the weather, that's where I would put it. But we've still got time, and what I'm telling you is just to be prepared in between now and then. As we look at our friends in Alabama, same thing goes here Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. This will take in the Demopolis area, Livingston, Alabama, all the way across up to Gadsden, and then the east part through Clanton and Selma will be just a 1. But everybody that joins that Mississippi line here in West Alabama, you're going to be included in this number 3 at this point. We'll watch this as this storm gets a little bit closer to let you know. And there's going to be a lot of rain in between now and Friday morning as we start looking at the different areas of what is predicted. You've got a lot of rain through these. This is the area here from New Orleans all the way up to Tupelo, over to Atlanta, up to Little Rock. That's where the majority of the rain. And as we look at this, as we look down at New Orleans, look at what New Orleans is expected in between now and Friday. 8 to 10 inches of rain. As you go up through this, 4 to 6 inches around Hattiesburg. The Meridian area at this point total would be between 3 to 4 inches, and at this point I lean more to the 3-inch side, but always a possibility as these storms, as they get a little bit closer in the prediction of that, could get more rain. As you look here of what they were looking at in New Orleans there, and the coast there, 4 to 7. Now they've bumped that to about 8 inches possible for the New Orleans area. Now let's go over, while we're talking a little bit here, and go back to radar and take a look at a few things while we're on this subject here. All right, here's radar. Here's where let me switch that where you can see. Heavy weather occurring south of Beaumont. All the way through Louisiana, Lake Charles getting a lot there. And as you come up this state line is where we are, right up through here, through Vicksburg, Greenwood, starting to see rain all the way up to Jonesboro, Arkansas. Memphis is getting light rain, and all of this will make its way across here today. And this is what right here is going to cause, let's see here where I can, this area here that's coming through will cause havoc right here later on. It's going to drift right through this area here and just barely clip Clarkin on into Alabama. So that's what we're expecting a little bit later on this afternoon. But we'll watch this as we look to the south here. Let's zoom in on this. This is Wayne County. Wayne County is already under a flash flood watch this morning until 7 o'clock through the 26th. So they're expecting a lot of rain in this area. I wouldn't be shocked that later on as Thursday gets closer that we get put in this also a flash flood watch. Very easy. There will be different things that pop up in between now and then. But be prepared. We've got a few days to think this over before it gets here. As I said last week, have your weather plan. Know what you're going to do. Wednesday we will most likely get a lot of rain. You can't rule out a tornado. But we're at a high risk when it comes Thursday. Just tad over a week. It was, what was that? St. Patrick's Day was on Wednesday of last week when we got that threat. This week it's Thursday. And again, this could be worse. This could be less. You never know. It's Mother Nature we're dealing with. But we do have all of the signs that this could be some rough weather. Now, this evening, joining me will be Stormin' Norman. Will come in and we'll talk about the weather, what he predicts, and where it will go. Kind of join together to see what happens there. Join me for that later on this evening as we look at this. All right, let's turn to some severe weather and look at the outlooks here for what my map indicates as we pull up today. This is the bad weather that we've got here. This is the overall outlook here. It stretches all the way up to Omaha, Milwaukee, and a little bit worse weather there in Missouri. And as we get down to our areas, again, as we pointed out, this is going to take in. This is the Hattiesburg area right through here. This is we're going to get rain through here. This is the upgraded 1 area for this afternoon. And again, that's going to be late in the afternoon. As we look at this, this is Jasper County. Let's look at the areas that's going to be affected by this. This is Shibuda, and you go just to the west of Shibuda. Again, this is Utica area, right through there. Good water. Y'all are going to be in this this one area here. Over to Heidelberg. As we go across some of these rural parts of Jasper County, Bay Springs is included, also Vernon. Over here, let's go to the southwest corner. That's going to be Stringer. Y'all are included this. And then on into Smith County, over to Taylorsville, Silverina, Raleigh. All of these areas are in that one of this severe weather for this evening. All right, now let's look at what's going to happen tomorrow. Let me pull up the severe weather and change this to day 2. All right. And I turned something off. I'll just tell you, some days I bump things. All right, here's the outlook for tomorrow as we look at this. All of our area is going to be in a 1 for tomorrow. We move right over, and as I mentioned earlier, Brandon is about it. It starts there on the very edge of Scott County, moving up in between Pelahatchie and Morton tomorrow, and that's going to be Cracker Station is where that is. Also, right in there is Cooperville, Mississippi. Right there, right on 20, that's going to be Clarksburg. So if you live in that area there, you're right on the line of where weather picks up to be a little bit worse there. And that's going to be, this is a 1 area for all of us here up through Winston County, Starkville, Columbus, down all the way to the coast here is a 1. We step over that line, we get into the 2 area of where it could be a little worse from Jackson, Mississippi, due north over west to almost to Texarkana, as we go on up to Little Rock, Arkansas, and back down to the Mississippi Delta to the Brandon, Mississippi area. So concerns there. All right, let's go ahead and switch this to Thursday of what we're looking at of what could be the worst of the weather that is coming. All right, here's what we've got. That's a large area, and normally those drift northeasterly through our area. We'll watch it, let you know of a timeline. As I said, at this point, I would put it noon through midnight. Again, this is a few days out, so that timeline is going to be tweaked. But let's look at this of where it starts, where it goes to of severe weather. This is a 3. This is a 1. This is a 2. And this is a 3, the worst of what we've got coming so far. And we are included in this. If you see any of this pink area here, you're in this. Now, if you're not familiar with maps and counties, text me. Put it in the inbox. I'll be glad to answer the area where you live, of if you're in that area or not. And it's no big deal. A lot of people just can't look at a map and be able to tell where I live on it. It's just one of those things. As we zoom in on this, this is Shreveport. This is going to start at Ruston, Louisiana. I-20 is that corridor. As you come across Monroe all the way east, we cut across here. Montgomery sits here, and we'll go back west here. This is Selma, Alabama. East to west from Selma to Ruston, Alabama. From Hattiesburg, Mississippi, due north through Memphis, through Jackson, Tennessee. And our friends that watch up, we have a lot of folks in the Murfreesboro area. Y'all are going to be included in this also. This goes right up into, as you'll look at this, this is Eagleville, Tennessee, and it moves right up in here to the city limits of Murfreesboro. We'll be watching y'all as well as these storms break out tomorrow. You go into Old Fort Parkway, Franklin Road, Old South Estates. All these areas are going to be included in the little bit worse weather with us. And then you jump on the northern side of Murfreesboro, that moves down to a 2. And we go back across Franklin, Tennessee, into Dixon, Tennessee, and then we'll get on in here in this area here. Let's see here, Louisville, Kentucky, Parsons, Jackson, Tennessee. So Memphis, Tennessee, all these areas are going to be with this tomorrow on that bad weather. We'll watch it closely as this comes. So be prepared. We can never be too careful when it comes to weather because it is so dangerous, and it always – I don't know if anybody saw the interview of the gentleman that said he was in his house. He was wearing his overalls, and he heard it coming, and he jumped down behind his recliner. I think he was somewhere in the center of his house, and he said it lasted 10 to 15 seconds. That's how quick these tornadoes can move in and strike. If you're not outside looking at it approaching, you have no idea. But when they hit, it's usually quick and very violent, and we want you to be in your safe place should this happen. Make sure that you've got one, and you know where you're going to go. Have a plan for everybody. Let's see here. I wanted to say some good mornings to Dwayne Bounds. Also to Elmer Talbert, Joy Stamper. How are you today? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Debbie Stewart is up, along with Joyce Godwin up in the Murfreesboro area today. Sylvia Stewart. Also Linda Accord. Rick Joyner joins this morning. Good to be going to be a hot one today. 66 is that high today. As we thank Mark and Martha Robertson for watching. Linda Culpepper's up. Also James Ware, along with Debbie Irby. Glad to have you watching this morning. Sue Thrash is up, and also Joyce Poole joining us this morning as we watch this weather. So there's a lot going on, and with this, and we've got a little bit more weather to talk about. I wanted to bring up, because with this always brings grass cutting season. If you hadn't visited my friends out at Freeman Tractor, drop in to see them today, because grass is going to be growing like wildfire after this. And if you need a lawnmower, they've got it. Brand new one starting out as low as $29.99 on the Exmark side. Get that beginning model there, and you can choose any size, what cut you need, all the way up to a 60-inch cut. Now, if you're more of into the Skag mowers, they've got plenty of those to choose from, starting at $46.99. You can get you a great lawnmower there at Freeman Tractor. Very comfortable ride, too. These seats are wonderful. Dual tanks on there. You can put gas in there and just kind of almost go forever, all day at least anyway. Different sizes to choose from. If you need a tractor, cab, air conditioner, along with the buckets, if you're needing a tractor that has, a bush hog on the front, got that also. We've got bat wings, 5-6 foot, regular bush hogs, and these are galvanized so they won't rust. I don't know if you're aware they even made these. That's what makes this such a great hog. And if you leave yours out in the weather a lot, it'll keep it from rust. I had to do some welding on mine 2 weeks ago because I hadn't got one of those. And, of course, we've got these discs if you're needing a box blade for your driveway, forks. If you're needing an ATV, a Benchy, a great one, 0% interest there. They can take care of you. There's 60 months financing, and you can get this offered with the cab and air conditioning, heating as well. If you spend a lot of time outside and you're just tired of it, don't want to be cold or hot anymore, check into that. Of course, they got the 550s, the 750s, and also different colors that you can choose from. They all come with winches. Freeman Tractor. Drop in and see coleslaw, buttermilk, any parts you might need, they got it for you there at Freeman Tractor. A short drive, 494, take a left there at the fire department off 19, and they'll lead you to the front doors there at Freeman Tractor. As we go back to talk a little bit more about weather of where we're at, and let me pull this up here so we'll all be on the same page here. That not won't work for some reason. Let's see. There we go. Let's go back here as we go to what our temperatures are going to do over the next few weeks here. We're getting into, as we look at the temps over the next, we're going to be normal right here in our area for the next 10 days. So let's jump ahead and look. Record highs for today's 89 was set high back in 95. And the low on this day was 26 degrees in 1986. 1986 doesn't really sound all that long ago, but yeah, trust me, it's been a while. As we look at our forecast, we've got that 66 for that high today, and it's going to rain. It hadn't made it here yet, but if you've got something outside that doesn't need to get wet, go ahead and get that up pretty quick because it's coming. We move into tomorrow, a 60% chance of rain. By Thursday, 100%. As we look at this, still a slight chance on Friday, but most likely not. But the weekend has got rain mixed in it all the way through Monday. And if you jump ahead to these temperatures, we're going to remain in the 70s, about mid-70s as we move into April. April Fools is coming, believe it or not, right there. 73 for high on April Fools. Nighttime lows will shift to about 54 at night. So we don't have any cold nights forecasted over the next few weeks, which is good. I think most of us are, when it comes to cold weather, just kind of sick of the situation, don't want any more. I don't. I know you don't either as well. As we go back, let's look at how close, let me turn this off and look at where the rain is at this point and how close it is to the Meridian area. Let's go back and look at this. As we pull up radar, here's where we are. We are showing a slight shower in Lauderdale County. Let's turn on some locations to get this a little bit closer here. This is going to be out by Northeast High School, stretching over to Highway 493. Some showers there. 495 goes up through there and 493 as we cut across here. So light showers in that area right here this morning. That's going to be over near Obadiah. So if you're in that area, you got some light showers there. As we go out to our west here, we're starting to show some showers there around Hickory. We've also got them around Newton there at the Walmart down to where the high school is. And then up around Decatur also, up Newton County High School, getting some showers there. Not quite over at Turkey Creek just yet, but that's the closest we've got right now. As we move in this Lewin, got some showers to the west. But the major portion of rain is out to our west. Clark County, you're good. We've got it moving in around the Vicksburg area, which will eventually come on over here. So look at that. Yazoo starting to get rain this morning. And again, it's going to be a very windy day as we go down here. This is what we watch. This is Hattiesburg, Mississippi. This stuff here is moving northeasterly and we'll move into the southern portion in our area right through here. Let's back this out and put this into motion to show you what it's going to do over the next hour. As you start seeing how this rain, we're going to have this move right up through here. So be expecting it. It will come. This is a day that you definitely want to grab that umbrella and head on out. Can't do without it on a day like this. So keep that in mind. Keep it handy to where you can get to it. As always, with the threat of bad weather, there always comes that time where, well, you don't want to lose power, and you've heard me talk about this. One of the folks you need to talk to is Sanders Gas. Sanders can help you out. If you need to have your air conditioner checked, they'll come out and do an AC tune-up, have it. If it's a little low on Freon, they can fix that, get you going, have it checked out, and clean out the coils. That is one of the main things that keeps your air conditioner from not cooling right. They'll get that fixed up for you there. And as you move in here, this Generac generators, if you don't want to be without power, talk to them today. They'll come out, measure your house, let you know exactly all the air conditioners, how many you have, the power that you use, of what you would need to cover your whole home. They're Generacs. They run off butane. So it turns on within 20 seconds of losing power and will stay on. Hooks to your gas tank. You no longer have to worry about having to go get diesel fuel, gas, whichever the case is. You know, when power goes off, you can't always get gas. So you'll always have your tank there and be ready. See them again. That's Sanders Gas here in Meridian on B Street, not B Street, 22nd Avenue. I don't know where I got that from. Call them at 693-4054. Sanders Gas. They will help you out. And here's just another angle of see how that blends into your house? That does not take up a lot of room at all. It hooks right into your power here on the wall, and you'll be set. Again, that's our friends at Sanders Gas taking care of you on that. So some tidbits this morning as you start your day. Again, 61 degrees as we wait for that high of 66. We are going to have a lot of rain today. Be careful. Remember to drive slower in rain. Roads hold water, and if you're holding it with one hand when you get into deep water, it'll take it out of your hand and jerk you off into a ditch. So many wrecks. You remember that day last week? Clark County Hot Topics had it. It was 10 wrecks in a day in the county. It can happen quickly, especially when that light rain starts in the beginning of that oil slick that's out there on the roads. It can cause you to lose control of your vehicle. So be careful. Candace is going to be joining me here in just a little bit And we'll get into all the headlines this morning and what's happening across the nation and the weather. We'll do a recap with that. Again, thank you for joining. I do appreciate that. Let me make sure that we didn't have any other questions this morning before we go. Let's see here. Meteor Jones watching from Demopolis, Alabama. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, let's see, Terry Ray, thank you, and good morning. Good morning to you as well. Ramona Northam watching, good morning to you. And a few of the folks there, and Sue Thrash also watching this morning. So thank y'all again. Join me in just a little over an hour and a half from now as Candace will come on in. We'll see if she makes it on time today. We're pulling for her, and we'll go over all the news and weather and everything that's going on around Meridian area, West Alabama, and all across the nation. Again, thank you so much for being a part of this with us each and every day, and a big thank you to all the sponsors that make this happen for us here at Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by